All right, ladies and gents, welcome to a game I hope will deliver for us. We have a 1v1 on the map, African Clearing. You can see their elo next to their little icons at the top, thanks to Capture Age. And this is a nomad start on African Clearing. In the red, we have Mehmet. Mehmet is playing as the Gurjaras, a new civilization just recently introduced to our game in the Dynasties of India civil expansion. We are going to be focusing on the sheep, okay? We're hoping that red understands how this civilization plays out with the sheep, but I am not super hopeful as it is still 663 elo. And then in the blue, way over here in the corner, we have Sex Giant. That's right, Sex _ Giant to be exact. So we know exactly what blue does in their spare time when they're not playing Age of Empires. It is the Gurjaras versus the Malay. Nomad starts can always be crazy and awkward and hard to figure out. You can see for blue, started off and made a house over here and is sending everything over towards the left corner. And then for red, red is now in the south. And so I'll just kind of go over some of the bonuses for the Gurjaras as a reminder. Gurjara, they receive a food trickle when they put their herdables inside of a mill. Now, here's a couple reasons why I'm excited for this. Okay, so the first reason is African Clearing has a lot of shorefish. And villagers actually collect shorefish faster than they collect berries or most other food sources. Hey, Red, finish your mill. Red, hey. Yeah, go finish the mill. Thank you. So to compensate for the fact that they shouldn't, in an ideal world, be eating their sheep, they also spawn 2 berry bushes underneath their TC. And so I'm excited about the fact that you don't really need... There's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't have to take your sheep. And come on, Red. Come on, Red. Put it in the mill. Come on, Red. Come on, Mehmet. You've got enough houses. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Yeah, people using bonuses. Yeah. Woo. Hype, excitement. Okay. Now, this is what I want to see. Now, don't get your hopes up. Right? This probably isn't going to happen. But can you imagine if red sends a villager to walk around the whole map? Because there's more of them, guys. All right? There's more of them. So I'm going to issue this as like a challenge. All right? If there's ever a map that has a ton of these things, and you get in it, like African Clearing or Ghost Lake, any of those maps, pick Gurjaras, and I want you to go through as much effort as possible to get as many sheep as possible and toss them inside of mills, all right? If you ever see a good game or hear a good game about that, you can post it in my game submissions on Discord. But we've got 663 elo. I'm happy that red recognizes this. And you can only fit 10 in each mill, but having 6 is like having a little more than 1 villager on food, if I've heard the correct math. Now, they're both in the corner. It's like the Legend of Corner Boy Part 2 and 3 over here. But honestly, I love how red's played this so far. Red used all the wood for the houses. And red also has used the other wood for the mill. And right as the berries complete, red is now bringing in a rhino for food. And you might be like, T90, normally you're like, don't chop straggler trees, don't build the houses, don't build the mill so early. But actually on a nomad start, when you can build your TC next to a good wood line like red has done, that's exactly what you should do. Blue's probably like kicking himself. He's going to rewatch this, and Sex Giant's going to be like, are you kidding me? Look, I've been going for that mill start the whole freaking time, and then I watched your videos, and you said not to do it, so here I am making a lumber camp. But yeah, actually, the suggestion is, if it's nomad, and you can TC a wood line like this, is you skip the lumber camp. Sorry, this game is complicated, and it's not easy to remember things. All right. So, let's talk about the Gurjaras and their units. Now, I don't think their Gurjaras are actually that good of a civilization when it comes to their options. There's a lot better civs for that. But what I think makes Gurjaras interesting is how cheap their units are. Because they have a unique tech, and I forget the name of it. Viewers are hopefully going to help me, because everything's still brand new to me, which makes the units cost less. So your units can cost less, and you can make a lot of them. And so that's really helpful. If they're elephants, it can be helpful if they want to go for their unique unit, the chakram thrower. It can just be helpful in general. I don't think their eco bonus is necessarily the strongest eco bonus ever. But what I love about the eco bonus is that you can kind of change how you play the Civ early. And I like how it is scalable to the amount of, herdables that can come into the game. Kind of much like that would be the case for Tatars, as Tatars have more food on each sheep, or Britons as they eat sheep faster, or you could talk about hunt with Mongols. We'll see. Now, Malay advance faster to the next age. And Malay are similar to the Gurjaras, where they might not have the strongest units in and of themselves. They also have a very small infantry unit, unique unit, for example. But you're able to afford a lot of military. And also, if the game goes on for a long time, they have a tech where their two-handed swordsmen don't cost gold. So it's a very good civ to have if it goes on forever. Now, I hope we don't run out of gold on this map, because there is exactly 60 tiles of gold, and these guys are 600 elo, and that would equal probably about 6 hours. And I really don't want that, but man, I am impressed. I'm very impressed with how Red has played this so far. And Blue as well, to be honest. Not too bad for a sex giant. What does anyone... And let's not get too specific here, but what does that even mean? Is this a giant who, has a lot of sex? Or is this, why did I bring this up? Never mind. I'm not opening the door to this conversation. I've opened the door. I'm shutting the door in this conversation. It's just not the word that I would really use to brag. Personally, it's not the size that matters. It's how you use it. So anyways, we're going to move on. PG content again. The door's been closed. I just heard a militia was created. Did he get garrisoned inside of the mill? Where did he go? Oh, he's scouting. Yeah, he's getting sheep. Yeah, okay, there's only 2 sheep over here, but still, he's getting sheep. Let's go, baby. Yeah, the door has been welded shut. I'm sorry. It is just an interesting name. Malay advance faster to the next age. And Blue is all in on the food here. Blue's going to make some militia as well. And this thing should automatically attack this one, yeah. So Red is going to know where Blue is now. I don't know if Red's looking at this at the moment or just sending the militia out to scout. Probably just set waypoints. Does Red set waypoints around from corner to corner? And is just waiting to hear the little bloop bloop from the sheep being collected? Volume, please. People are trying to sleep. How's this? Is that good? Okay, I hope that helped. All right, wheelbarrow on the way right now for Sex Giant, and also Town Watch. Again, I think Red is now going to hear the attack noise, and Red's probably going to turn around, you would think, in a second. This is sad to me, because I think Red's going to lose the sheep. I really wish Blue wouldn't be so good at the game. How dare you, Blue? Look, Blue's stealing the sheep. Really smart, actually. If he understands how the Gurjaras work, you should do that. Blue's kind of sending the sheep this way, though, which is kind of funny. Right? Red might be tempted to make more militia. If Red had 10 villas in queue, it just canceled a bunch of them and is going to go up to feudal age right after. I love Red's base. I love Red's base layout a lot. The farming placement's nice. The housing is nice. We've got 2 militia chasing down 1 right now. And even spearmen right now for Blue. So I guess Blue has been scout rushed one too many times and just really doesn't want to get hit by scouts here. What was the Morse code? Now, I have a bleep button here, so if I'm ever not going to be a PG content creator, I can be like, straggler trees, what the... that's what that was for, but I just wanted to make a joke. Okay. So Blue is controlling the sheep. At least that's what it seems like right now. I guess a tower is going up in case archers come in. And then spearmen are there in case scouts come in. So Blue is experienced enough to know kind of what could come in here. And it doesn't seem like Blue really wants to be offensive. Beyond just the 2 militia, I don't think that's going to be the case. Now, by the time Red makes it to feudal age, Red has enough food that he should really be sharing with others here, because this is a lot. Placing a lot of houses now. Has the farms. Way more farms than blue does. Blue, of course, has horse color, though, so the farms will last a bit longer. Because the problem for red and blue is they don't really have the resources to go up to the next age. This militia's still running. I think it's because these two bump into each other. That can happen sometimes. Okay, red will see the tower, and the loyal scout is going to die. Rest in peace to the scout. He's dead. All right. They didn't even need to bury him. They cut on costs. This fell right into the water. So yeah, I'm a little bummed that red didn't get more sheep here. But I don't think all hope is lost. Red is making a stable. And there's still sheep around. So, I mean, maybe like 6 more sheep could be found. I should bleep every time that I say Blue's name. It's not, like... It's not necessarily an inappropriate name. Like, the words themselves are not inappropriate. It could imply some inappropriate things, but... I'm not exactly innocent in that regard when it comes to implying and making jokes. Okay, so look at Blue. Blue's like, okay, we scouted the world. The world is a scary place. We are only going to let our animals do the scouting for us. And that is all that Blue has done now. And Blue, what's Blue going to do? What's most important? Next thing on the list. Supplies! Yeah, supplies. Because it's low elo legends. And are they going to make use of supplies right now? No. They're not going to make use of supplies right now. Should they research supplies right now? Probably not, but there's apples on it. It looks cool, all right? It looks cool. You know what else is cool? A camel attacking a house. This is high-quality content. This is why everyone shows up. This is a camel scout. This is unique to the Gurjaras. 60 food, 20 gold to make one. Could also make a normal scout that doesn't cost gold and just go up to Castle Age. But Red's like, no. I want to make camels. Because this is a new unit. And I want to see what it's like. And I want to see what it does. And Castle Age will be cool maybe later. Now, there's a problem. You're attacking the enemy's house. The enemy already has infantry. And what does Blue say? Blue's like, oh, yeah, I counter that. Oh, and Red. Oh, there's a sheep, Red. Red's like, I need to protect the sheep. Oh, look at Red. He's trying to get away with it. Worth it. He just sacrificed a camel for a sheep. That's funny. And wait, hold on. So he's got 8 in here. And he's about to have 2 in here. I think when you're in around 10, guys... I forget the exact math in the testing. When you're at around 10, it's like having 2 villagers extra on food. Okay. So the sheep has been saved. Blue is now making spearmen. By the way, supplies does not make the cost of spearmen any cheaper. It only affects the militia line. But we were seeing another barracks for Blue, and Blue is walling up as well. And Red's on the way up to the next stage, but I don't know if Red is going to be able to comfortably hold this position. I just keep hearing sheep. Is that intended? What sheep am I hearing? Is it... Oh, it's shut up. It's in the mill now. Okay. Because, like, they've got to be in there. I was trying to speculate on what's going on in there. It looks like there's a furnace. Looks like they could be getting ground up, you know? Someone actually asked me when the Civ first came out, was like, what's happening in there? Do the sheep ever disappear because they're slowly getting eaten? And I really began to think about it because, I mean, some nasty stuff could be happening. The camels, though, the camels are getting wrecked. And this is a big old attack here from Sex Giant. I swear, I just heard goats again. I keep hearing them. Is it like every time it comes in and off the screen or what? Maybe that's how it's intended. Sorry, this is all new to me. And the villagers go down. That's 2 villagers lost for Red. But Red could make so many more. Red has really played this well. Honestly, I really like the Gurjaras. But if the goats and the sheep continue to go bah, the whole game, I might honestly put them at the bottom of my list. That bothers me. I'm a very picky individual. Not looking so good for blue to not be in the castle age yet, but blue goes zoom and is going to boom right up to the castle age. Malay to advance faster. And with double barracks, you've got to think that blue might be getting some upgrades. I'm not hearing any sheep over here. It's rather bold of red to just run out here to drop a town center. And now we've got supplies. And we got bloodlines. And we got light cav. And we've got cab armor. The red's just like, let's get some stuff. I don't need it right now. But, you know, for later, when the time comes. I am very sad. And I'm being told that maybe that's a capture age bug and it doesn't happen in-game. I don't know. But I'm very sad that red didn't make one scout to try and scout for more sheep. And blue is a big fan of palisade walls. Also, there's 0 gates. So hopefully blue will be able to find a way to get out of here. Okay, double archer range, double barracks. It's actually a very good stack for the Malay. They have good archers, good infantry. Those resources for blue looking so good. The farms are good. Like, who needs your sheep? And I'm concerned for red. Red is maybe going for a bit too much of a boom, but does have this TC in a very good location to protect the resources. T90 zoom in on the mill. Okay. There's an elephant on the barracks. Can we talk about this? I mentioned it in a video before. It bothers me there's an elephant on the barracks. The devs need to fix that. That needs to be #1 priority before fixing the team game ladder and, you know, other things. Okay, those are villagers. We could assume those are villagers. That makes sense. Oh, God. Okay, that's shorefish. What if I had to cast the whole game from this zoom level? I don't see what you're talking about. Okay, there is like a goat here. But that's not... They didn't, like, fossilize the goat in there. They're not making goat sculptures in the mill. Anyways, blue's like, well, it's at a TC. 45 vills versus 46. It's a close game. Here comes the infantry. We've got longsword. We got pikemen. Kind of called it. Last time blue was here, blue found some success. Oh, blue's house is actually feeding vision to the army. You're on the blacksmith and the stables too. What, elephants? Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, the stables make sense. I think the Gurjaras cannot take camels. Oh, we got a castle. Hold on. Big moment. We've got a castle. I think it's all the Indian civilizations, though. I think they all have that. Or at least the architecture we're looking at right now, with the exception of the castle, is the same architecture that the Indian civilization had before they split it up with the dynasties of India recently. So I remember in a game this past year, I noticed the elephants were on the barracks. But I guess I forgot that it's like the same architecture set for this stuff. Great job from red, honestly. For this ELO, 650, these guys are booming like crazy. I think what's going to get wild, though, is balancing that. I think they are both going to struggle with balancing attacks, upgrades, eco. Right now, it's mainly eco. It's mainly eco for red. To be fair to blue, blue has actually done a lot more, but blue hasn't done anything with it. And I think blue might be tempted to drop a castle on that. I could see blue trying to drop a castle right here. Red has 0 villagers on stone, but does have a castle. Could make the Gurjara unique unit. The Chakram Thrower would feel pretty strong against the infantry from the enemy. It's an interesting unit. If enemy units are clumped, it does damage to adjacent units, if I'm not mistaken. I've used it a couple times. Haven't seen it too much yet, you know, with things being so fresh. Absolutely love how in a stalemate game, blue's going to go out and get relics. That's huge. And we now have tech I cannot pronounce, but I'll try. Casitrit. A Citrez? Yeah, we have that tech, and that makes all the units cheaper. Maybe that was part of it for Red. Red's like, I'm not going to spend full price. I only make units at a discount. Please, full price. I can't see this unit trading well versus Arbalest. And I can't, like, if Spirit of the Law says it does well versus Crossbow, it's like, you need a castle to make one, and the others you just need ranges for, right? So I can't even really compare that in my mind competitively. Unless the unit's got sick Pierce Armor, I don't think that's really a conversation you should be having in a realistic scenario. But I could see how, due to the fact that these units kind of clump, right? Even if you just had a few of them here, it would be nice to see what type of damage is being done. To me, it feels like a Gebetto for the Malians, where if the opponent's going for a lot of infantry, you mix it in, you know? We're going to have Thumb Ring, we're going to have Crossbow, and the TC has actually done a decent amount of damage here. The Red is looking to maybe escape a little bit some of these villagers, but Red is under pressure. Blue has no interest, though, in dropping a castle forward, which I feel would be the play when you have the stone for it and you have the military. Yeah, saying that something does cost-effective damage versus some other thing is only important for me if it's applicable. And I think if you're comparing, like, Crossbow, saying something's cost-effective that's produced out of a stable versus a castle, you have to bring in the situations when you have to build the castle and the resources to make the castle. And I don't think this is going to be a good unit against these types of situations. I could be wrong. Now, Red is stubborn. Red could go over to any other gold and doesn't really want to do that. That said, does have villagers on gold over here, so maybe these villagers just don't want to leave home. Red's like, crossbows? Sounds like a great idea. But Red's not like blacksmith upgrades. Red doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades and is going to be in for Rude Awakening. My guess is Red forgets about them. Blue has ballistics. Blue also has full Castle Age armor and full Castle Age attack. Herbal medicine! Yo, let's go! Herbal medicine used to be a meme tech. It's actually useful these days. So many changes the devs have made over the years. So herbal medicine, you heal units a bit faster in your castles these days. So before it took so long, it never really paid off. But herbal medicine, I think, is a good tech if you need to heal units in a castle. But it's possible that Blue thinks it increases the healing rate in general. Or elephants are cost effective against turtle ships. See, that's a very ridiculous example of kind of what I meant. Right? Yeah, I don't see the chakram being useful unless you clear out these arbs somehow. So let's talk about the options for the Gurjaras. I think the Gurjaras get Arbalest, so you could just make your own Arbalest. Red certainly loves to queue up units. Obviously, blacksmith upgrades are a big thing here, and I think Red is completely forgotten, so I'm worried. But then again, Blue's got enough stone for 4 castles and hasn't placed 1. But Blue is going to make it to the right corner here to drop a sneaky TC. Oh, they don't get Arbs. Wait, I thought all the new civs get Arb. Oh, wait, no, that's not true, because the Hindustanis don't get it either. Okay, so this is just not the right unit type. But you could actually be fine here if the blacksmith upgrades came in the Imperial Age, right? Oh, this will be interesting. Because Red is on the stone that Blue is now town centering. Again, I've said I never felt like the Gurjaras had great options. You're thinking elephants, you're thinking the chakram, which is potentially questionable. Or not potentially questionable, it's situational. Would be the easy way to say it. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, guys, I actually just want to refresh myself here. Okay, I thought they had frontier guards. So yeah, you would probably want to go elephant archers in this situation because it's a really tanky archer unit and it's good against other archers and it's an archer unit, so good against infantry. And then there's no need to get camel riders here, but their camels are actually freaking insane. So I think, you know, with the elephant units creating faster, I don't know how good the eco is for Red. We got to tab back in, but I feel like going for some elephant archers would be a good idea. But yes, that's the way to say it. Their strengths are very situational. And I would say the same for Malay, which is why I like this Civ matchup. Malay also have elephant bonuses, right? They have cheap elephants, but it's situational because they're also kind of weak. They advance faster to the next age, which is a situational bonus. You can utilize that in unique ways. And then they've got the opportunity to last longer than you if the gold's running dry because of forced levy. Okay, so Red, I love you, and I love your little mill approach, and I love how you played the Civ so far. Red clearly understands the eco side of this Civ. Okay, Red noticed this, by the way. Oh, and Blue noticed. Blue's going to shoot the TC Foundation, I think. Oh, that's the Imp TC. What the? Bro. The only reason Blue looked over there was because Blue wanted to advance to the next age in foreign land. That's funny. Okay, so TC gets denied. Blue's also going to build some buildings over here. Red! No, don't shoot the castle. Shoot the Ville. You see the Ville? Shoot the Ville. Red, shoot the Ville. The villager. Red. I think Red misclicked. Uh-oh. Shoot the Ville. Aww. Aww, that's so sad. I have been there, though. I have been there, where I've accidentally... You try and click the villager, and you click the foundation. Well, the castle is doing work on the group of crossbows. And Red's got a lot of crossbows that are dying right now. Yikes. Now, I think Blue's castle might fall. But Blue's going to have army. And this mainly stems back to the fact that Red doesn't have blacksmith upgrades. That's the main aspect of this. It'd be so sad for Red if the castle doesn't even go down. Oh, no. The castle's going to stay up. You look at Blue, though. Blue has been producing army. Blue's been producing eco. Blue, I think, just understands the Civ a bit more, too. And has been expanding. And Red has been very much stuck in the corner. And is making crossbowmen with the Civ that doesn't get Arbalest. Without blacksmith upgrades. Now, again, there's a chance if he starts to make elephant archers. What would Malay do against 50 elite elephant archers, chat? The answer is they don't really have a lot that's great against them in that number. But they have the ability to make a lot of cheap units, right? Yeah, 50,000 Karambit warriors, exactly. Now, Malay don't get siege onager. I mean, in theory, you could go for bomber cannon. It's tricky. It's very tricky. So, we'll have to see how the elephant archers perform with all the changes. I love how Blue's dropping castles all around the map right now. But guys, the old elephant archers, which used to belong just to Indians, were actually ridiculous. You probably saw them in some Black Forest games, but I actually played a 1v1 once where I was Mayans against Indians. I had 4 relics, right? I had plumed archers, and I had Eldorado eagles. I died to elephant archers. I'm not even kidding you. Like, they did 7+4 with 360 HP, I think. And they had, like, 10 pierce armor, so my plumes would do no damage to them. And he had enough of them where he was actually killing my eagles. But all Red. Oh, man, buddy. Oh, man. Red has tunnel vision syndrome. He's totally forgot other units exist besides crossbows. Yeah, definitely. But now, wait a second. How dare you? How dare you say that? Here comes one elephant. That is going to have to be one big elephant. Oh, we got more of them, baby. We got more of them. Oh, it's a lead elephant archer. Wait, I'm confused. Okay, so he's researching elite. Okay, so elite elephant archer looks very similar to the icon from the elephant archer itself. I see. To be honest, it's not a bad unit choice. We talked about it, but tunnel visioned, lost too much ground, gave blue too much time, gave blue too much map control, and Sex Giant is going to be able to make more than enough to deal with a few elephants. Yeah, it just looked a little similar. He made a lot of crossbows. When the game ends and there's a pop-up, it's going to say how many crossbows were lost, because that's definitely going to be the most the unit he created the most of. But the biggest travesty for me was not the crossbows, but it was the blacksmith upgrades. Because he would have won this fight, I think, if he had blacksmith upgrades. And then blue would have lost the castle, and then blue wouldn't have been as safe, and then blue would have had problems. So it's not the unit, and this is where it gets really tough if you're a beginner, because you think, oh god, this unit sucks. But yeah, of course the unit sucks if you're behind by like 6 upgrades. Gonna go for barracks now. So it feels like Red did the research on how to start with the Gurjaras, but doesn't really know what to make. And I sympathize a little bit because... Oh god, that town bell scared me. I sympathize a little bit because... Sorry, town bell. You sometimes have to play with a civ for a while before you figure that out. And I think it's especially bad when it's a new civilization and you're a beginner. Because you're figuring the rest of the game out too. So it's not meant to be easy. He doesn't know how to counter ARBs. Well, he's thinking about Elite Skirm now. But again, Elite Skirmishers without... You could even have the attack upgrades on your Elite Skirms, but if you don't have the armor, the Elite Skirms die to Arbalest as well. Here goes Red. Red's making a run for it. Is Red gonna hide Vils here? Let's look at Blue's point of view. I'm okay with him hiding Vils for, you know, a little bit. You know, if it gets too crazy, then that's just BM. But he's making a run for it. He's like, maybe if I expand. Maybe if I expand. I found that Bengali Elephant Archers are quite fun, especially in Imp. Well, if you can get to a situation with any tanky unit in the game where, like, no one can kill it, it's very fun. I don't think that necessarily... Well, I guess having Bengali means that it's cheaper. Yeah, I mean, Bengali elephants would be cheaper, and they also fire faster. And do they produce faster, too? Or did I combine produce faster and fire faster? Yeah, you can really see why Sex Giant is the higher rated player here. That whole 1 elo difference comes down to the blacksmith upgrades. Oh, I just thought of something, guys. I just thought of something. The sheep. The poor sheep have been inside the mill this whole time. The mill's gonna get taken out. It's a travesty. Okay, Red's like, Mom said one more game. See it all the time. We have 199.5 population for blue. We would need to make only a Karambit warrior to be able to get to 200. Please, make a Karambit. Come on, that's going to bother me now. Please make a Karambit. Blue. Actually, maybe he'll lose a Karambit warrior. Where is the Karambit? He needs to lose a Karambit warrior and then another unit will spawn. Oh, this normally wouldn't bother me. Okay, so here you've got the swordsman. Red's... oh, Red's like, good time to get loom. Good time to get loom. Okay. Well, he's going to lose these Vils now. I'll pay attention to the mill. I think that's all we care about right now. That and Blue's population. And the mill's going to go down. There's the sheep. What's Blue going to do? Is he going to kill the sheep? Is he going to take the sheep? He's got options. Always kill them. Send a message. Here goes Red. It's part of the fun for Red. Red doesn't want to call it yet. Blue, I swear to God, if you don't make a Karambit warrior, we're all going to be triggered here. Please get to 200 pop. I do not advocate time wasting like this. At the same time, at this elo, I think it is part of the fun for some. Part of the fun for Blue to be able to play. And look at Red try and distract. Blue gets to play and not have any pressure. Red gets to run around and have a little bit of fun, I guess. But yeah, don't do this. Hey, we hit 200 pop. There we go. Okay, blue. I think we'll be good there now. Blue could spend that gold on something. Spies would be affordable here, right? It's 300. Sorry, it's 200 gold per villager. And hey, wow, it popped up in capture age. What? I think it's the first time I've ever seen that. All right, well, he just spent the gold on that, and Red's making a new TC. Okay, Red. It's always funny to me how players who kind of just chill and they don't change what they're doing for the longest time. Those are the same players who then suddenly start doing a million things when they're about to die. Like, look, the stone mining upgrade. He's about to die. And he's like, let's mine more stone quick. The same player who didn't even check the blacksmith for upgrades is suddenly trying to run around and reboom and stuff. All right, there he goes, Red. Okay, I'm going to fast forward now. I don't know where exactly we are compared to live time, so I'll just click fast forward. There's no way Red should be able to survive. Just a matter of how long this takes. There is something kind of funny about watching players trying to escape, but again, I don't want to encourage this. Blue's going to drop a castle. Red rings the bell, and okay. Scummy, dude. Scummy. Guys, listen, if you want to be that guy who doesn't resign and someone's going to have to research spies and someone's going to have to chase you, be that guy, okay? Live your life, have fun, run around, whatever, waste their time. But don't you dare resign before they defeat you. They earned defeating you with the last 5 to 10 minutes. Don't you dare. There's nothing quite like a spit in the face like that. Don't do that, okay? I'd be a little annoyed. Like, if you wait this long, just let me defeat you and get an achievement or something. Anyways, there's the stats. Gotta love how the very first tech here just stands out, man. Supplies. You know, that's clearly why the victory came in here for blue. Now, it was the economy, and it was also the army comp. Sex Giant knew what to make. I don't think Mehmet knew what to make at all here. But did get to utilize some of the early bonuses with the Gurjaras. Just struggled with scouting, struggled with expanding, struggled with upgrades and unit composition. And those were very important aspects of this game. The thing about African clearing, guys, is there's stuff everywhere, okay? It's spread out evenly. So it's not like you have a main gold, there's 2 golds, and then you fight over those. No. It's everywhere. So you really need to think about expanding and getting vision on those areas. But, yeah, well, we're going to look at the APM. Let's see. Did Red get faster after he got defeated? Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so let's actually look. So at what point was it bad for him? Okay, so 40 to 50 minutes, he's slowly realizing he's going to die. I'd say at 55 minutes, this is a point where you should probably resign, okay? So around 55. Let's look. APM. Okay, we said, like, this was the time he's dying. That didn't get much faster. Didn't get much faster, to be honest. Blue, faster with eco and faster with military, according to this chart. So Sex Giant, maybe just the better player. Not that speed means everything, but I mean, he did have the other aspects down as well. So it feels bad, man. I want to actually check their profiles real quick. Okay, so Mehmet has been playing for a shorter period of time. Mehmet has been playing for a month, whereas Sex Giant has been playing since January of 2021. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Sex Giant has played like a ton more games, but he's been around the game more. Maybe, you know, watches some stuff. Maybe just has a little bit more knowledge on the game. It makes sense.